Bonjour à tous et bonjour à toutes, c'est Codename310, bienvenue dans cette nouvelle vidéo sur L.A. Noire, le jeu Rockstar sorti il y a maintenant 9 ans je crois, sur console et PC. Du coup on venait de finir une nouvelle enquête à la brigade criminelle et on va commencer la suivante tout de suite, c'est parti.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Eh bien, il avait pas l'air trop apprécié comme officier, Phelps. La Belle et le Clochard. Je suis bourré, je t'emmerde.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill. North downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Allez, nouvelle enquête, nouveau lieu.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the
Weren't
short
even
term.
his prince, and he's
Ray
still
Pinker will let us
confessed.
know in good time.
That's the cop from the
Fine
newspaper.
morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
Par contre, s'il pleut, c'est cool. Parce que jusqu'à présent, il faisait toujours beau.
Greetings from sunny California.
Très bien.
When's it gonna stop?
Ça change un peu. Alors, du coup, la carte. Première à gauche et toujours tout droit. Allez, c'est parti. Ah, là on est sur Broadway.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man. You can't always hit home run. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Hop, désolé. Par contre, les reflets qui sont dégueulasses. Hop.
That guy there will lead us up.
I'm steeling myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead guy. You can sing with a big homicide, Phelps.
Et des cadavres aux États-Unis, il va y en avoir un sacré paquet. Même à cette époque-là.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Alors, la victime.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Ok, alors. Là, il n'y a pas de bague qui a été pris, pas de bijoux enlevés. Là non plus. C'est tout, il y a rien d'autre, il n'y a pas de... Ok. Alors... B. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a en B? Il n'y a rien en B. Pourquoi B il a été mis là? Ah si, les empreintes.
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Alors, les empreintes de voiture.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Ok. Ah, qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Qui c'est elle?
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Ok, personne suspecte.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Du coup, téléphone. Ici.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Sûrement pour avoir l'adresse de la blanchisserie.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks for your help.
Allez. Du coup, on va commencer par quoi? On va commencer, je pense, par la blanchisserie. T'es où, Finbar? T'es déjà dans la voiture? Ah oui. On va commencer par la blanchisserie. Et on va aller après voir le clochard. Alors, la carte. Donc, il faut sortir de là où on est. Ensuite, on prend à gauche. Première à droite. Et la deuxième grosse à droite. Ok.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on it. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guys when you sing, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Alors, c'est laquelle ensuite? Ok, donc c'est celle d'après. Hop. Voilà. On va essayer de ne pas la rentrer dedans. Du coup, la blanchisserie, elle est juste ici. Non. On va y aller à pied. Quoi, je suis bien garé? Oh, ça va, je suis bien garé, faut arrêter un peu. On fout, je la blanchisserie. La loi, c'est moi. C'est ici? Oui, c'est ici.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
T'inquiète, on va regarder. Alors, F1363, donc ce sera ici. 1363. Taraldsen.
43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Ok. Alors, maintenant. Du coup, la voiture était bien garée devant le magasin. Je peux lui poser des questions ou pas? Est-ce que j'ai fini avec lui? J'ai fini avec lui. On va aller voir le campement des... On va aller voir le campement des clochards. Et c'est pas moi qui vais conduire. Allez, campement des clochards.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo league.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
He had it coming.
Alors.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. Do you know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Non, on va y aller.
Phelps, leave him be.
Non, on va y aller, on va aller dedans. Alors, on va aller le chercher. Est-ce qu'on peut discuter avec eux ou pas?
There are three kinds of people. Those who can count and those who can't.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
C'est trop tôt? J'ai dû venir ici trop tôt sûrement. Et là, il y a quoi ici? Il n'y a rien. Bon, allez, on va retourner à la voiture. J'ai dû venir ici trop tôt. Là, ça est sous le pont. Voilà, mais ça continue loin encore. Allez, on va remonter, on va essayer de... Allez, on remonte. C'est pas où qu'on remonte, c'est pas là. Voilà. On va aller au domicile de la victime. Et c'est pas moi qui vais conduire parce que j'en ai rien à faire. Allez. De toute manière, il n'y avait plus rien à faire au campement des clochards. Ça tombe très bien.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Alors, il y a un bateau, la maison est plutôt jolie. Elle a l'air d'être entretenue. Oula, ça sent le... Il y a un gosse. Deux gosses.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning.
Devant les gosses. Comment elle est traumatisée.
I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's procedure. You see to your girls.
Voilà.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Allez, on va fouiller la maison.
You want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them out as a suspect.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Nope. Salut Alpha Ju. Non, je joue pas souvent. Enfin, en ce moment, je me fais le jeu. J'essaie de me faire le jeu pas le plus vite possible, mais je vais me faire le jeu assez rapidement. Ouais, ça fait quelques fois que j'y joue. J'avais fait à sa sortie quand il était sorti sur console. Je l'avais eu sur la Play. Et depuis, j'y ai pas retouché. Et là, je me suis dit que c'était l'occasion de le refaire avec mon nouveau PC, donc j'en profite. Alors, j'ai pas vu ce que j'ai pris. Qu'est-ce que c'est que j'ai pris? Mémo. Ah, Barbarons. Et merci pour le follow, El Chfaju. C'est super sympa.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Alors. Le sac à main de la victime.
So she went out without her handbag? She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Ok. Du coup, les chaussures. En 41.
Match the impression of the crime scene.
Ah, attends, j'ai pas vérifié la veste.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Est-ce qu'il y a autre chose dans le jardin ou pas? Là, il y a le bateau. Il y a de la corde.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Ah ouais, j'ai bien fait de sortir, ça aurait été dommage de louper ça. Le tuyau. Pardon. Ok, bon, bah, je pense que j'ai tout. Allons discuter avec monsieur.
For the record, Mr. Charleston, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a comme preuve? L'heure du décès. Ok, 2h du matin. L'étiquette de pressing. Les chaussures, les pneus. Le registre du pressing. Ok. La pochette d'allumettes qu'on a là. Le sac à main. Les chaussures, le coupe-vent et la corde. Alors, suspect potentiel.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Bon, on va dire que c'est la vérité.
So you don't know
Non,
anyone.
c'était pas la vérité, c'était un doute.
I don't.
Bon, allez, ça commence bien. Première question, première erreur, c'est parti. Alibi pour Lars Taraldsen.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Bah, on n'a aucune preuve qui mente. On va dire doute. Ouais, c'est ça, doute.
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. Bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Alors, état d'esprit de la victime.
Mr. Taraldson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
On n'a rien qui pourrait le contredire. On va dire doute aussi.
Spill it, Taraldson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
Alors, dernier contact avec la victime.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
On a le coupe-vent trempé, les chaussures boueuses. Mais ça contredit pas la... Je veux dire vérité. Non, c'était un mensonge. Tant pis. Je me suis encore fourvoyé. Bon. J'aurais dû dire mensonge à cause du coupe-vent.
In my experience, Mac, you give in to broads, you give in to them your entire life. We could break the husband's story right now. Call in, get some uniforms dispatched, check out his alibi.
Operator, give me R&I.
Ah, ça me saoule de m'être trompé.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thank you.
Ok.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Alors, on va où maintenant? On va au bar. Si je regarde pas ce que je fais.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Alors, la carte. Où est-ce qu'il faut aller? Alors, première à gauche, hop, en face, et après première à droite. Ok. Allez. La musique qui s'excite toute seule.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
This guy must have escaped from the Looney family.
Drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Alors, dernier contact avec la victime.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
I can't decide between the tuna fish and
Alors.
Root beers all around, doll.
Taxi
Put out an
3591.
APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
she wants a 5-star. Goddamn.
Alors, le clochard suspect.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
Ça sent le doute.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Ok. Et le taxi.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Vérité ou doute? Là j'hésite. S'il la connaissait si bien que ça, il devrait le savoir. On va dire vérité.
The husband said she wanted to
C'est
go
ça.
dancing.
And she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Bluff. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD. Don't make me chase you, shitbird.
Ah, tu pouvais pas réfléchir.
Food wasn't great.
Bates! He just wants to talk.
Come on, got a ride.
There he is, officer.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands. I don't think the killers would be kicking back in the bar where he met the victim.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Allez, allez, allez.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
Ah, très bien.
Show me your hands. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Non. Alors, contact avec la victime.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
Alors, un peu du temps.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat.
Voilà.
Nice private chat.
I'll explain
Gentille
my
discussion
theory.
avec un
Once
petit
a
bâton.
degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Du coup, téléphone de l'autre côté de la rue.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks, ma'am.
Alors, on va retourner au commissariat.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
À la maison. On retourne à la maison, copain. Finbar. Bon, cette enquête s'annonce plutôt simple pour l'instant. Enfin, simple. On a 2 suspects. 3 avec le clochard.
He's in interview too.
Alors, celle 2.
What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Alors, contact avec la victime. Alors, attends. Faire un petit tour sur les preuves avant. On a le... Tout pareil, sauf le taxi qui était... en plus. Ok.
You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Alors, on va mettre le doute.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Alors, incident avec Bates.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
On va mettre le doute aussi.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Allez. Du coup, on retourne au campement de clochard.
You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed? Three suspects in the can and one on the hook. Still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Terrelson picked up.
11K, roger.
Wow, directement avec les armes à feu, quoi.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far. We need you to stay focused center. We need to hold out for the cavalry. How do we do that? Right there.
Fuck that. Keep down.
If you want your rightful share,
Alors,
we need to fight for it.
Disciples know what you did last night?
Ok. Bon, j'ai pris une droite, mais bon.
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Ah c'est bon, j'ai récupéré mon chapeau. Tout va bien. Hop, on va faire une petite visite dans son domicile. Très coquet. Ah, petit journal.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. It's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
Jack Kelso.
We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Allez, un petit extrait de journal en plus.
I don't think so.
Par contre, là, il y a un porte-monnaie.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Ok. Non, ça c'est bon, j'ai déjà fait. Par contre, là, il y a la corde.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Ok. Et quoi d'autre? C'est tout ce qu'il y a ici. C'est tout ce qu'il y a d'important. Allez, retour à la voiture. Et retour au commissariat.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
À la maison, papa. On va à la maison. On va finir cette enquête.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect.
Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession to charge the bum with murder.
Alors.
Going this way.
Grand jury. Case is thrown out now the DA wants my head.
Attends, je vais où là?
I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a comme preuve en plus? Le porte-monnaie appartenant à la victime et un bout de corps ensanglanté. Allez, motif du
Why
meurtre.
did you kill Mrs. Tarleton?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Non, la question c'est quoi? Pourquoi vous tuez?
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Tarleton with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
Ah, bah, en preuve, j'ai le bout de corps ensanglanté.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
C'est pas faux. Contact avec la
bus driver
victime.
dropped Mrs. Tarleton near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Alors attends. On a... On n'a aucune preuve, mais il a pas de voiture. Hein.
You're clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the
Non,
murder
faut pas
of
que tu
Teresa
l'inculpes.
Tarleton.
Il a pas de voiture. Non, fallait pas l'inculper, il a pas de voiture lui.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Alors, fin de cette enquête. Du coup... Ah, il nous manque 4 indices. Ah oui, il nous manque 4 indices quand même. Même le chauffeur de taxi qui est parmi les derniers à avoir vu... Ah putain, le chauffeur de taxi. Ah oui. Oui. Putain, j'ai pas cherché à appeler le... Ah merde. Ah, du coup, je me suis bien loupé là. Parce que du coup, on aurait pu inculper quelqu'un d'autre. Bon, et bien écoutez, merci à vous, à tous d'être venus. Merci. Si ça vous... La vidéo... Oh là, j'ai du mal. Si la vidéo vous plaît, n'hésitez pas à lâcher un petit pouce bleu, à vous abonner si le cœur vous en dit, et à vous également à cliquer sur la petite cloche pour recevoir des nouvelles notifications pour chaque vidéo qui sortira. Je vous dis à très bientôt sur la chaîne pour une nouvelle vidéo de L.A. Noire. Allez, chiats!